Hi all, Abe here, and welcome back to the channel. Here's hoping you and yours, as always, are doing well. And another first for the channel. Today I wanted to give my thoughts on the just released letter from the director of Horizon 11. And though I'll be summarizing some of its contents, the thoughts expressed herein are my own. Some references I allude to are intentionally left vague, but if you want more details, I suggest that you see the full letter on the Horizon Discord, and I encourage you to give it a read for yourself. For those unaware, Horizon 11 is a soon-to-be-released private server for the MMO Final Fantasy XI, launching on December 17th, which I'm very excited about and plan on covering here on the channel. This is a discussion video, and wanted to emphasize that I am not affiliated in any way with the Horizon 11 team or any other private server for that matter. That all said, let's pop in. Let's see what we can get into. Checking out the Discord this morning, I found that Horizon 11's director had posted his first letter from what I presume is to be a series of letters going forward. I found it to be a good read, with some good insights. The letter opens with the director introducing himself to the community. Eric, as he's known, gives us a rundown on his first experiences with Final Fantasy XI almost 20 years ago. He mentions that he's a fellow veteran. Thank you for your service, brother. And that after serving his country, he stumbled upon his first private server. And in searching for that 75 era feel, tried out another one. And though he gave accolades to those pioneers who paved the way for the private server community we know today, ultimately, he went back to retail. As so many of us do, after playing for a time, he took a break from HorizonXI, searching elsewhere for some other game that can satisfy that experience he had when he was young. Sometime later, years more than likely, at the behest of his friends, he joined another private server, and it was here, after a time, where he started working on the development team. First coding for his favorite expansion, Chains of Promathia, and later running a beta server to test things out during development. His role would continue to evolve until he became part of the admin team. And yet, in his own words, quote, "A thought began creeping into my mind. Haven't we all done this before? Haven't some people played these servers 3 or 4 times now, and it's always the same experience?" And it was here that his idea of a 75 era server that would capture the experiences he had all those years ago started to, quote, solidify. And after a confab with his friends, the project known as Lily-Set was born. Originally thought of as a side project to the server he was administrating, Lily-Set will evolve, much like he did, and start to take shape. In months following, Eric and later some of his colleagues found themselves no longer at the server they have been working on and wanted something to do. As a quick tangent here, these are people that have full-time jobs, families, and a social life that wanted something else to do. You would think that having been working on a volunteer project already, that they would just not do it and, relax. But you can get a sense in reading this letter and in the interactions on Discord from the Horizon team that these are passionate people that simply want to work on a project that they love. These folks, and all private servers before, and all the ones that come after, are run by volunteers that put in hours, sweat and tears, not to mention their own money, into these projects. No one is getting paid here, so please be mindful of that, and when you can, let them know you appreciate their efforts. Let's get back to it. With the stars aligned, they got to work reviving a new emulation project tailored to the 75 era experience. A foundation for what was to come that was first started on the server they were on. With rising interest on the project, more and more people started to get involved. Through meetings and discussions, a convergence of ideas, talent, and passion was forged that took the fledgling idea that was Lily-Set and transformed it into the project we now know as Horizon 11. If you couldn't tell, I'm extremely excited about Horizon 11, dangerously encroaching on fanboy mania without having played it. So, my apologies if I have lost some of you at this point. But without further fanfare, let's look at what the director was willing to share about the game's launch. First, they heavily increased the density of the level 1 mobs directly outside the gates in each of the starting cities, and have lowered the respawn times of all mobs in the starting zones. This is nice to see, with the expectation that a large number of players will be there at the start. Having this ensures that there are plenty of mobs available for everyone to level. And not only that, they'll respawn faster as well. So, I'm very happy about this. It's mentioned that due to the increased density of the level 1 mobs, there may be some minor lag due to how they made everything work, and that it should stop when everything gets processed by the game, if there's any lag at all. I'm okay with this. Given how old the game is, and how we had lag spikes back in the day when walking into Juno, this to me is a non-issue. If there's lag, I'm sure we can adapt without too much issue, knowing that there will be plenty of mobs to level on. On the subject of reduced respawn times in the starting zones, this does not apply to the notorious monster placeholders. So, anyone thinking that we can beat down these NMs over and over again for the drops, well, it's not a thing that's gonna happen. I'm looking at you, Leaping Lizzie. And while on the subject of drops, the drop rate of these starting area mobs have temporarily been reduced while this is in effect. Okay, so I guess if you thought you were going to get rich by delivering rabbit hides to that guy in Sandy, you are in for a disappointment. It's worth noting that this is temporary, and that they will be disabling this increased spawn rate system as soon as the player base spreads out. Totally fine with that. I'm good, but with that comes the possibility of reduced spawns in other zones, depending on player density. So what I'm getting from this is that once we have had our fill in the starting areas, and we are heading to the dunes to party, they'll be monitoring the players and I guess, flip the switch to have enough mobs for all would-be partygoers. Experience points! Can I have it? Yes, please! Man, it's gonna be madness out there, all these people. And on the subject of parties, Eric suggests that we group up with some friends and explore elsewhere as soon as possible. You might find a secret or two, he says. Love it, love it. What could it be? A piece of gear? Some kind of XP boost? A chest with food or crystals? Or are we talking about special mobs that typically are not in the zone or from another expansion? Are there gigas? Are there formers? Are there gigas and formers running around in the dunes? Oh man, who knows? Play and find out. I mean, this is nuts. I can't wait. Eric goes on to talk about community feedback and its importance in the ongoing development of Horizon. And in his words, we first need the community to understand one thing. This is a vision that dozens of us have been working on for almost a year. We want to deliver to you two things. One, an era FFXI experience that recreates the same feeling that you all felt years ago when you first played. And two, provide you with something new that is a bit different than the things that have come before. In order to maintain this vision, we promise to look at the community feedback and adjust as needed, but we have also promised ourselves that any adjustments we make will stay true to our vision, so we don't lose the spirit of what we worked so hard to create. With this in mind, please note that we already have a few things on our minds post-launch. Regular evaluation of job balances, level sync system adjustments as needed, and certain game systems balancing. Awesome. So these are all fantastic. Job balance has always been an issue in Final Fantasy XI. With the regular evaluations, it is my hope that people can just play the jobs that they want to play without fear that it will no longer be viable at endgame. I'm looking at you, Monk. We just want you to chi blast, but I don't wanna. I want to fight! No, shut up! G-Blast! Jesus, terrible, terrible. Oh my goodness, level sync. Level sync can be a highly contested thing within this private server community. But I do like how it's been implemented here. If you want more details on it, make sure to check out the dev blog number 6. Regarding the in-game system balancing, well, we will have to wait to see what they are. Now, towards the end of the letter, Eric touches on character name reservation, announcing that it will go live during developer blog number 7 on December 11th. And as of this recording, it's in a few days' time. They'll be opening up character name reservation during this blog and walking everyone through character creation. Please remember that during name reservation, you will only be allowed to reserve one character name, so choose wisely, in his words. Well, I can get behind this. If you were thinking of choosing your main character name and your mules, think again. It gives opportunity for all the cool names not to be taken by mules that you're never gonna see. And with that, Eric gives his closing thoughts, which you should probably go read. And that's it for the video. If you stayed up to the end, thank you. And if you didn't, then I guess you can't hear me, so it doesn't matter. Let me know if you like this content and the way it was presented. I didn't just want to read the letter in the video, but I also didn't want people to get confused between what Eric was saying and what I was commenting on. Hopefully it came out that way. Well, I hope you are all excited as I am for the launch of Horizon 11. And though I haven't decided what name to go by in game yet, I still have a few days to mull it over. Well, I'm gonna leave it there for now, folks. Thank you all very much for watching. My name's Abe. Catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.